So ladies and gentlemen, as we continue, last week Thursday, let me give you a little story. Sometime last week, a young girl, I'll have to call back that person just now because I need some help with that with someone. A young person went to have a baby in Mount Hope. But she didn't go to have the baby. She went to Mount Hope to the clinic and whatnot. She was 5 months pregnant. Everything was fine. Baby heartbeat, everything, the little boy, everything was okay. But in the night, she started to get pains and whatnot, and she was rushed to the hospital. I want you, ladies and gentlemen, to listen. Listen what normal people go through. And it's sad. It is sad what normal and regular people go through. When you have to go to a hospital and sit from 7 o'clock in the night to 3 next morning on a chair. It is sad. It is sad, ladies and gentlemen, because I just spoke. I tell you, I could just trip. When a mother could call me and say, my daughter is 4 years old and she's autistic. She's autistic. But I will tell you something. I'm going to make one call today. She's autistic. And she has a terrible tooth. So they don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to extract it, if they're going to do a filling, they don't know. But they have to put her to sleep to do it. And it's sometimes, you know, the little baby gets an upset, the 4-year-old. And you're telling me they put off that from December to now? And that child is autistic, so that child really can't express herself. She'll be crying, and there's nothing the parent could do. That costs a lot of money. But I tell you today, if I have to assist them, I will do it. I will do it. Because some of us, I myself can remember when I had a toothache, you can't sleep all night and all kind of things. That's a terrible pain. And imagine a 4-year-old child who's autistic, who can't even explain to their parent how they feel. That child, up to now, she's in the Mount Hope clinic, and up to now, nothing has happened. But I will show you, before the show is up, I will call that mother, and I will have some news. Going back now to the woman, and she had the baby came out, the fetus came out in a pampers. They had to put on a pamper for the mother, and while the mother had on the pampers, the fetus came out, the diaper, adult diaper for her. And while they had the diaper on, the fetus came out, and she was begging for help. Can somebody look at me? Can somebody hand me this? Somebody get some water for me? They carry her upstairs, and they say, well, they had a miscarriage and thing done. The mother can hardly walk now because they say some nerve. Boy, I tell you. And sometimes these things happen, but the way you were treated, and this goes on everywhere, everywhere. And it doesn't matter, we are mashing, we are really putting the hard-working doctors and nurses on blast. But these things must be avoided. Regular people should be treated special, because I'm from the regular population. I am from the regular population, so that is why it hurts my heart when I hear these stories. And I had to go meet this woman today. I had to go meet her. And this is what she said to me. I want you to listen to her. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ian Alleyne. This is a situation that I wanted to bring to your attention with respect to this mom and this dad here. Now what happened is that she's been carrying a baby for 6 months. Apparently over the weekend. Is it over the weekend, right? Yeah. Over the weekend, she started to get contractions and whatnot. And she was rushed to Mount Hope Hospital. While in labor, so I'm just giving you just to the story. While in labor, they gave her pampers. Nobody was taking her on. She was crying. She was calling for help. Nobody was taking her on. The baby, well...
Baby born in the pampers.
Pardon me?
The baby born in the pampers.
The baby came out in the pampers. They waited 20 minutes and then they came. You understand? But I mean, and we don't know the circumstances, what exactly the whole thing is yet, but I just decided to come and talk to the mother, talk to the father when I heard about it, and it's very, very tragic because at the end of the day, persons rely on the public health sector, and not everybody could swipe a credit card and go to a prominent nursing home to get these things done, and these things must stop. And you know, you hear day after day, you hear what people go through at some of these institutions. I can remember speaking to some of these mothers in the past where they would tell me that we went to make a baby, the baby came out, nobody was taking us, so and people scream at us, all kind of thing. I mean, that is their side of the story, but nevertheless, you know, I just wanted to hear. Mom, tell me exactly, what is your name?
Ruth.
Ruth. What is your surname, Ruth?
Turpin.
Turpin. Ruth, tell me what exactly went on with you. How long you carried this baby for?
According to my period, when they check it, it's 26 weeks. But they go on 4 days. But they go off of the ultrasound.
Right.
So the ultrasound was saying 22 weeks and 4 days.
Right.
So the ultrasound saying I'm 5 months, but I'm really 6 months.
The ultrasound said 5, but you're 6.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
32.
You're 32. Okay, go ahead.
The pain started Thursday evening.
But before we go to the pain, prior to that, were you seeing a doctor and whatnot? Were you going to the health?
I was going to the women's clinic.
The women's clinic at Mount Hope?
Yeah.
Right, and what they told you there?
That everything was good.
Everything was so good. Everything was
the baby heartbeat.
On Thursday?
Yeah.
So everything was smooth. That is where I want to start from.
Yes.
You want to start from the hospital. That when they realized you were pregnant and you joined the women's hospital, you know, the clinic and whatnot, and they started to test you, they started to tell you what to eat with your diet and all these things, and they tell you, well, baby and mommy, okay. Am I right? Tell me.
I was good.
Right, you were good. So the last time you visited them was on Thursday.
Yeah.
Right, so tell me what happened on Thursday.
Thursday evening,
The clinic, they told you what?
we went clinic for 7
Yeah.
in the morning, and everything was normal. They test the baby heartbeat. They did the checkups on me, that to test my urine and stuff to make sure I don't have no infections. They did all of that. Everything came back normal. And we got to go home because the results was good. So we went home, and later on in the evening, that is when the pain kicked in.
Yeah.
I was getting a little pain on the side. Nothing to talk about, but I was getting a little pain on the side. As the night progressed, the pain got worse.
Right.
So we went back to the hospital.
Around after 7.
Around after 7.
On Tuesday. They kept us there until about almost 3 o'clock Friday morning, and all they did was give her 2 Panadol. Right?
So when you went there, they give you a bed one time?
No,
A wheelchair.
I was in a wheelchair.
A wheelchair? Why didn't put you to lie down?
They didn't know the extent of the pain,
But you're pregnant.
Yeah.
so they put me in a wheelchair.
From
And
after 7 till 3
it didn't
o'clock, she was in a
have-
wheelchair, except for like
From-
give or take 10 minutes.
After 7, you visited Mount Hope Hospital, the woman's hospital, with the emergency.
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 You were placed in a wheelchair from 7 o'clock. No, did you inform the person who's taking the information at the front desk that you were pregnant and whatnot?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Because you will have your clinic card and whatnot.
Yes.
So you did, so you showed all these things.
Yes. And
So you
even
from
the nurse at that time, when she did her calculation,
Yeah.
she said that we was 26 weeks and 4 days.
26 and
Which is
40.
6 months.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Almost 8 hours you sat on a wheelchair. Am I right? Right? What happened after 8 hours?
They did the test and thing, and
Yeah.
We
checked
do
the
we
baby
test,
vitals,
they check baby vitals, baby was okay, and
2 Panadol and the discharges.
they
They
give us
discharge you
2
with 2 Panadol?
and they
Till you go up the
discharge
road?
us.
Yes.
So they didn't do no ultrasound, they didn't check anything?
They checked the baby.
Yeah.
The baby heartbeat.
Right?
They checked to see if I was dilated.
Yeah.
I wasn't dilated. Baby heartbeat was good, so they didn't
And this
know
is your
the,
first baby. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't know the extent, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do no tests to see what was going on with my hip.
Right.
They say most likely the baby lying down on a nerve.
Uh-huh.
So they could really do about it at
Right.
the moment.
So we had to wait until the baby moved.
Right, wait until the baby move.
Yeah. Off for the spot that he was on.
All right, all right.
Right? They discharged us after 3
Like Friday morning.
Friday morning.
Uh-huh.
And we got home, the pain continued, progressing, getting worse,
Yeah.
until she couldn't take it anymore. We called the ambulance came, and when the paramedics started to check her, they said that it's seeming as though it's contraction pains that she's getting and she's going into labor. So
Right.
they speed up the process and they rushed her to the hospital.
Like Friday night.
Friday during the day.
Friday during the day.
Yeah, evening time.
Right.
Right? When we got to the hospital and they carried her in, I had to wait in the waiting area so she could tell it from there.
Yeah. And what happened in the waiting area?
They rushed me to birthing center.
Yeah, the birthing center, yeah.
And they said, she's 22 weeks. We only deal with cases that is 26 weeks.
Uh-huh.
The lady from the ambulance informed them that she is having contractions, but they didn't see me there. They sent me back to emergency.
Just send you back to emergency? From the birthing center? Send you back
Because
to
according
emergency?
to them, I was 5 months.
It was 5 months.
And they don't deal with cases below 6 months.
Below 6 months. I want you to understand. I want you to understand what regular people, this is regular people, what they go through. What regular people go through now. Just letting you know. Persons who don't go to high-end nursing homes and what they go through, those people who depend, and that's why I highlight these things, to understand what regular people go through. My dream is for this to stop. That we must stop this. So they sent you back to emergency. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got sent back to emergency.
Uh-huh.
And from emergency, you know the little room there,
Yeah.
they just put it in. They had me there.
The observation room.
Yeah, I lie down. Well, I had to take myself off the stretcher
Yeah.
and put myself onto the bed.
Right.
In all the
I asked for help, nobody helped me, so I had to do it for myself. And I asked them if I could pee,
Yeah.
because I really needed to pee.
Uh-huh.
Nobody. I asked for some water, nobody. I asked for my phone, nobody. And my bag was literally right there, but nobody
Yeah.
was there to hand me my bag, and I couldn't walk at the time.
Wow. Uh-huh.
So, I never get my bag,
You asked to pee.
I never get to pee, I never get the water. I got the water when they bring in the pampers, probably like 20 minutes or half an hour after. They did all the testing.
Everything was good. Baby vitals was
Yeah.
good.
Baby vitals was reading. His heartbeat was 132,
Yeah.
and I was 5 centimeters dilated.
Yeah.
They put the pampers on me, and they classed it as a miscarriage. So the doctor told me, you're 5 centimeters dilated, and this is a miscarriage.
Even though the baby
I
heartbeat
say,
was good.
you cannot do nothing to save him. She said, you're below 6 months, and we already ruled it as a miscarriage. So
They put you, give you pampers.
they gave me the pampers, and they told me I could go ahead and pee. I did pee, and then I felt a gush of water, and the baby had it. And I said, something in the pampers, something in the pampers. Nobody.
Nobody came when you tell them something in the pampers?
Nobody. They already
Nobody?
left the room.
So it have no
when
kind
I
of thing you can
cough,
press where you
no.
alarm a doctor or a nurse
When
or
I
something?
cough, I felt the shoulders. So he was, as I breathe, he was coming out. And I told them, somebody help, have the baby in the pampers, I'm feeling something. Nobody.
Stayed in the pampers and died in the pampers.
He stayed in the pampers, then they asked me to move back over to a stretcher so they could carry me up on the ward, on the gynae ward. And I had to move myself in all
Did
the
they take all the
pain.
pampers?
No.
All that tiny pampers on
Still
you?
in the pampers.
Yeah.
That's how you-
All that tiny baby in the pampers?
Yeah.
With the cord and everything?
Yeah. And I went upstairs. I had to take myself off the stretcher and put myself on the bed.
Unable to walk.
And they came, they set up everything. The girl, she forgot something, and
They
nurse.
take the time.
It was not doctor, it was soonest. I can't remember the lady on the side, but she tests my pressure and everything.
All this time, baby still in the pampers.
All the time, baby still in the pampers.
He was in the pampers.
And what time
They
they
asked
removed
for
that pamper? How
underwear,
long
they asked
after?
for pad. Everything was in my bag, so they had everything to put on me one time. And when the girl did take off the pampers and pronounced time of that, it was 6:04.
And what time that baby went into that pampers?
I was there for like a 15-20 minutes downstairs before I actually came upstairs.
So that was within the hour?
Yeah.
So why didn't take the pampers downstairs and check and see and what?
Because it was already ruled as a miscarriage.
It was ruled.
And when I came upstairs, the girl, she took her time because they already told her it's a miscarriage.
Yeah, miscarriage, but it's just the way you were treated. You understand?
Yeah.
It's just the way you were treated. Okay, they can rule it as a miscarriage.
It was negligence on their
Yeah,
part.
but just the way the girl was treated, the first time mother was treated, the first time daddy was treated, just the way they were treated. And that is what we are dealing with here, the way they were treated. And this is not unknown. This is regular. It might happen with a woman who's pregnant. But how many people will go to hospitals, our nation's hospital, they wait hours, they wait 8 hours. Sometimes you're carded for surgery a morning and they will call you 2 days before and tell you, hey, we cancel it till next 6 months. A cataract surgery, a heart surgery, some surgery. And they will put you up and you're in excruciating pain home, you can't sleep. But because you might not have the money, this is how you are treated. How can we say in Trinidad and Tobago, we have first world-class healthcare here, we have the best, we have this, we have that. And you're hearing from the dad, how do you describe this today?
I feel so disappointed in the healthcare system.
I realize, miss, that you are unable to walk.
Yeah, the pain never went, it stayed.
Till now.
So the nerve is damaged.
Did they tell you as a result of the miscarriage you will experience this pain?
No.
They say it's not a miscarriage, you know. They say that some nerve was damaged within the process.
So do you have to go back to the hospital?
For physiotherapy, yeah. Because they don't deal with that over in women's clinic. So they never really treated. They gave me Olfin and Panadol for the pain that I was experiencing. But it didn't really help with the pain. It just put me to sleep.
After you urinated and you told them that you felt you are feeling something in the pampers, wow, nobody came to you, huh?
No.
Nobody came to you. You were screaming, could you help me? Something is in the pampers here. While you were breathing, you felt that discomfort.
I felt them coming out.
You felt you felt the fetus coming out. You understand?
Yeah.
Wow, unbelievable, huh? Unbelievable. But it's having a miscarriage is one, but what about the way you were treated? If you were treated well, and then they come and tell you, well, you know, sir, mom, sorry to tell you there was a miscarriage. But the way you were treated, you would say, no, they tried everything.
And this was very rough with her as well, too. It's around, turn over, and she could barely move.
Very rowdy to her.
Yeah.
And this is at the what department again?
That's emergency.
Emergency. And this is Saturday, this Friday, this happened.
Friday.
So Friday, 6 o'clock, they removed the pampers and whatnot. And when were you discharged? Yesterday. Unbelievable. I just wanted you to highlight. I just wanted you, the viewers and persons all around the world, to know the ordeal that regular people go through. And this, in this case, is a woman who had a miscarriage. Okay, but look at what she went through. Look at what they went through, and this is how our people are treated every day. To those who depend on public health care, this is how they are treated. Thank you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, so, you know, why I played that video for you is for you to understand what exactly, how people suffers when they go to these public health institutions. Not everybody is fortunate to swipe a credit card, and somebody might be looking and say, well, you know, but I don't stereotype. Let me tell you something about me. I don't see color, and I don't see race. I don't. I see one of our own, a Trinbagonian, going through what they're not supposed to go through. That could never be right. When those up there, they fly out for medical treatment, they could go to private hospitals, they could have doctors come to their homes, but persons of lesser straws have to suffer What about these people carrying a baby, this woman carrying a baby, 5 months, preparing, excited, first-time mother, she works, she has a good job, and going through something like this? It's crazy. I've already, lawyers have already contacted me, an attorney have already contacted me. I didn't get the time to speak to the parents, but they're going to write Mount up a letter and they're going to give them a run. They're going to give them a run. They are going to give them a run. They're going to give them a run. And I didn't get ready permission to mention the name of the attorney, but he contacted me today, this afternoon, while I was having coffee, and he said that I want to highlight this.